Have you ever thought that you have your entire life to make money? That if things aren't working out today, you can just try again tomorrow, and if you're not successful this year, you'll figure it out in a few years? This is a belief many people carry. But the truth is completely different. Life is not as generous as we imagine. The reality is, you don't have 40 years to get rich. You don't have 60 years to achieve financial stability. What you truly have is only about 15 golden years of your life, from ages 25 to 40, when you still have the health, ambition, and energy to break through. After that, you'll be living off whatever you managed to build during that short window of time. Think about the people around you. Do you know anyone who reaches 35 and still has no idea what they truly want in life? Or someone who was once full of passion but got trapped in the grind? Stuck in endless cycles of exhaustion and frustration? That question isn't just for them, it's for you too. The scary part isn't failure, it's procrastination. One day, you'll look back and realize those 15 golden years have slipped away, leaving nothing but regret. Don't let that happen to you. In today's video, we'll explore why those 15 years are so crucial, the mistakes that cause so many to waste their youth, and the 3 keys to breaking through. This isn't just about money, it's about how you take control of your entire life. Welcome to Different Thinking, a channel where we look at life through a fresh lens to awaken and transform. Stay with us until the end of this video, because who knows, just one message today might change the course of your entire future. Take a moment and look around. How many people do you know in their 30s who are still struggling? Still unsure of what they truly want? How many were once full of passion, but eventually got swallowed by the daily grind, working, sleeping, repeating, until they lost themselves? The sad truth is that most of them don't realize that every day they procrastinate is a day of opportunity lost. Young people often believe they have endless time. They say, "I'll deal with it tomorrow." Or, "There's still plenty of time. No rush." But one day, when they look back at age 35, they suddenly realize their golden years have quietly slipped away. Procrastination is a sweet trap. It makes you feel safe, as if you're protecting yourself from risk. But the price you pay is enormous. You don't just lose time, you lose confidence. You lose chances to challenge yourself. And you lose the chance to build resilience. Think about this. At 25, you can work 14 hours a day, ready to fail, ready to learn. But by 40, your body won't allow it. Family responsibilities tie you down, and your mind prioritizes safety over risk. At that point, even if you want to start over, your belief and energy are no longer the same. A friend of mine once said, "I wish I had started earlier." That's the phrase you'll hear again and again from people entering middle age. If only they had learned a new skill. If only they had invested earlier. If only they hadn't wasted those 15 precious years. But life is unforgiving. It doesn't hand you a reset button. You see, failure has never been as frightening as letting time slip away in vain. Those who fail can still learn and rise again. But those who procrastinate learn nothing except regret. That is the most expensive price of all. So ask yourself right now, are you truly moving forward? Or are you just lulling yourself to sleep with procrastination? Time is the strangest kind of asset. You can't see it. You can't hold it, but it slips away every single day. Every single hour. It never asks, "Are you ready yet?" It just keeps moving, cold and silent. Many young people believe they have countless chances ahead. They work just enough to survive, spend their evenings on entertainment, and spend weekends hanging out. Then one day, they realize their 30s have passed, leaving behind nothing but a few vague memories. Do you know someone like that? At 33, they go to work, come home exhausted, but never learn anything new, never invest in their future. Or at 38, they still earn money, but they have no special skills, no passive income, and no clear direction. They just keep repeating the same cycle, as if they have a lifetime to figure it out. But the truth is, life is unforgiving to those who procrastinate. You can choose to slow down, but time won't. While you hesitate, it marches forward, leaving you behind. Imagine waking up one day at 37. You look back at the years that passed, busy, hectic, but empty and unclear. No achievements, no solid foundation, nothing to give you confidence to move forward. In that moment, you'll realize the pain isn't about not being successful, it's about not having enough time left to start over. Time isn't cruel, but it is brutally fair. It's like a chess game. Those who make use of every move advance further, while those who waste them will soon be checkmated. There are no exceptions. And the heartbreaking truth is this: most young people only realize it once they are no longer young. They live as if tomorrow will always be there, until the moment they wake up and realize tomorrow disappeared long ago. The question is, will you let time slip away quietly? Or will you stay awake and act today? In your 20s, most of us believe we have the right to make mistakes. Failures don't matter. Wasting time doesn't seem like a big deal. But once you step into your 30s, everything starts to change. That feeling of having endless time fades away. The pressure starts to creep in. You look around and see your peers already owning homes, driving nice cars, building stable careers. Meanwhile, you're still searching for passion or trying to make up for the years you let slip away. By 35, that feeling of being left behind becomes painfully clear. The excitement of youth fades, replaced by the heavy weight of responsibility. Family, children, aging parents, all of it starts pressing down on you every single day. As responsibilities grow, your willingness to take risks shrinks. You're less likely to try something new, less likely to gamble on a career move or a bold project. Instead, you look for safety, clinging to the familiar. Yet that very safety is what causes many people to lose their biggest opportunities. They work steadily, earn enough to survive, but never truly build a solid foundation for the future. The golden years pass silently, and they no longer have the strength to start over. A friend of mine once said, "Youth is like running a marathon, but I missed the strongest part of the race to push ahead." That's the reality many people face when they had the energy. They weren't serious. And when they finally became serious, their energy was gone. Time isn't cruel, it's neutral. Those who make use of it win. Those who waste it lose. The pressure of age and responsibility isn't meant to break you. It's meant to remind you that real opportunity only exists if you dare to act today. So ask yourself, will you let responsibility become a burden? Or will you turn it into the driving force that pushes you forward? There's a truth not everyone dares to face. You only have about 15 years to truly decide the rest of your life. From 25 to 40, these are your golden years, when your health is strong, your mind is mature, and your ambition still burns bright. After 40, your body starts sending warning signs. You can't work 14-hour days like before. You no longer take risks like you did at 25, and safety becomes your top priority. That's why those 15 years are the time to pour all your energy into building the foundation for your future. Picture life as a chess game. During these 15 years, you're allowed to attack, to experiment, to make bold moves. But once you cross 40, you can only play with the pieces you've already set in place. What matters isn't just making money, it's building lasting value. That might mean learning rare skills that the market will always need, creating at least one stream of passive income, or investing in a long-term career. Most importantly, it's about building the best version of yourself. Think about it. If you dedicate those 15 years to learning, building, and breaking through, you'll have the rest of your life to enjoy the results. But if you waste them, you'll pay the price with decades of regret. I once knew a man who, at 28, decided to work full-time while also learning tech skills. By 35, he not only had a stable job but also built a passive income stream from teaching online. Now, in his 40s, he no longer worries much about money and can devote more time to his family. You see, the difference isn't luck, it's how you use the 15 most powerful years of your life. Remember, you don't have a lifetime to start over. Time gives you only a short window, and the choice is yours. One of the biggest mistakes young people often make is believing they have endless time. Youth is like an interest-free loan. You spend it recklessly, thinking you'll have the rest of your life to pay it back. But the truth is different. Youth passes much faster than you think. The real mistake isn't failure, it's giving yourself the excuse to procrastinate. Thinking, I still have plenty of time to fix this. Look back for a moment. Someone spends 5 years finding themselves. 3 years chasing a job that doesn't fit. 2 more years stuck in a toxic relationship. And another year just to recover. That's 11 years gone, only to end up right back at the starting line. The problem is, once youth is gone, you don't get the same advantages anymore. You won't have as much free time. Your health won't be as strong. And your flexibility to change direction will shrink. Many people are lulled by the phrase, just slow down, enjoy life. But they forget, no one else will bear the consequences for them. Your parents need your care. Your dreams need your effort. And your future is waiting for you to build it. A friend of mine, at 28, once said, "I thought I had my whole life to try things. But by 33, I looked back and realized I had nothing but a handful of vague experiences." That's the trap so many fall into, treating youth as if it were infinite. Youth is a beautiful season. But it's not an excuse to procrastinate. It's your one true opportunity to break through, to learn, and to build the foundation for the life ahead. If you waste it, the price you'll pay is the rest of your life spent in regret. So instead of asking, "How much time do I have left?" ask yourself, "What am I doing with the precious time of my youth?" Let me tell you the story of Hoy, a man who seemed to live a stable, peaceful life. For nearly 10 years, Hoy worked in administration at a large company. His income was decent, his family loving, and his days moved with the regularity of a clock. He went to work in the morning, came home in the evening, watched movies on weekends, and occasionally traveled. Not wealthy, but not lacking either. Friends even envied him. Hoy's life is so peaceful, free of struggle. Even Hoy himself believed it. Then one day, the company restructured, and Hoy was on the layoff list. He wasn't fired for incompetence, but because he had nothing that stood out. No new skills, no leadership ability, no unique value to keep him there. Leaving the company at 36, Hoy began to face a painful truth. He had no significant savings, no professional network, no long-term financial plan. For a whole decade, he had lived in his comfort zone, believing today's stability would last forever. Hoy struggled for months searching for a new job. But in his mid-30s, companies weren't eager to hire a middle-level employee with no standout skills. He had to dip into his small savings, borrow from friends to get by, and slowly lost the confidence he once had. I still remember, during one conversation, Hoy sighed and said, "If only I had learned more. If only I had taken risks a bit earlier. If only I hadn't thought stability was enough." But time has no reset button. It moves on, coldly leaving behind those who wake up too late. Hoy's story isn't rare. It's happening quietly to thousands of people out there. It could be your friends, or it could be you in a few years. The lesson here is clear. Stability isn't always safety. If you don't actively build value, develop skills, or lay down a foundation for the future, even a small disruption can turn your entire life upside down. So ask yourself, are you truly moving forward? Or are you just standing still in a fragile comfort zone? Many of us believe that having a stable job and a steady paycheck means we are safe. It sounds reasonable. Go to work in the morning, get paid at the end of the month. Life goes on, but in reality, that might just be a fragile shell of safety. Stability does not mean safety. A familiar job does not guarantee a secure future. Because the moment your company changes or the market shifts, you'll realize you're no different from a building standing on sand. In truth, stability is often just a trap that keeps you stuck. You think you're safe, but in reality, you're procrastinating, failing to learn, failing to develop new skills, failing to invest in yourself. I once knew a colleague who worked the same position for over 12 years. Every day was familiar, the same tasks repeated, but when the company merged and downsized, he lost nearly everything. No new skills, no wide network, no preparation for the future. True strength doesn't come from having a stable job. It comes from having solid inner strength. No matter where they are or what they do, strong people can still create value. They build stability from within, not relying solely on external circumstances. So don't let the label of stability fool you. It may just be procrastination wrapped in a peaceful disguise. Ask yourself, if my job disappeared tomorrow, what would I still have? Do I have skills? Do I have value strong enough to stand firm? Real stability isn't about staying the same, it's about having the ability to adapt and thrive in any situation. That is the kind of safety you should pursue. So, during those 15 golden years, what should you focus on? You can't do everything at once. But there are 3 keys that, if mastered, will help you go faster and farther than most people. First, learn high-value skills. Don't just learn for the sake of knowledge. Learn to stand out. The world changes constantly, but skills that are hard to replace, like strategic thinking, persuasive communication, technology, or leadership, will always hold long-term value. I once had a friend who, at 27, decided to invest 3 years into learning coding and data analysis. At first, he seemed slower than his peers. But by 32, while many were still struggling, he had a job that paid 3 times more and gave him opportunities to work globally. Second, develop financial thinking early. Earning money is just the beginning. The real key is learning how to keep it and make it grow. Saving is necessary, but it's not enough. You need to learn how to invest, create cash flow, and gradually buy back your freedom. Remember, financial freedom doesn't come from working all your life, but from making money work for you. If you start early, even small amounts can become a strong foundation for the future. Third, build connections with people better than you. Don't stay in your comfort zone. A single conversation with someone ahead of you can save you years of trial and error. The right relationships can open doors that effort alone could never reach. Many people think success only comes from hard work, but in truth, it also comes from the wisdom of choosing the right companions. If you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with people who are better than you. These 3 things may sound simple, but if you truly commit to them, you'll be completely different. Those 15 years aren't as long as you think, but they're enough to rewrite your entire destiny. Looking back, you'll realize that your entire life isn't shaped by endless decades, but by those short 15 golden years. That's the time when you can break through, build a foundation, and write your own story. If you let those 15 years slip away in procrastination, you'll pay for it with regret for the rest of your life. But if you use them wisely, you'll gain freedom, peace, and pride to live a fulfilling life. Remember, time waits for no one. Time is neutral, but you can't be neutral with your own life. Either you choose to act, or you choose to miss out. So start today. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take action, even if it's just one small step, because those small steps will add up and create a big difference. You don't have a lifetime to earn money or take control of your life. You only have 15 years, and those 15 years begin right now. Thank you for being here with Different Thinking. If this message resonated with you, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Who knows, maybe one small action today could change your entire future.